Imagine being just 15 years old, singing in your living room, and within 2 years, standing in front of Jay-Z, auditioning for a record deal. Sounds impossible, right?
Wow.
Imagine this. Rihanna wasn't born into wealth. She wasn't born into fame. She was born on a small island in Barbados, battling family struggles, rejection, and doubt. And yet, she transformed herself into one of the most powerful women on the planet. So the question is, how? What did Rihanna do differently that took her from a teenage girl in the Caribbean to a billionaire businesswoman and global icon? Today, you're going to discover 5 things Rihanna did, how you can use them to build your own unstoppable life. Let's rewind. Picture Rihanna as a child in Barbados. Her father struggled with addiction. Her parents' marriage was filled with conflict. From an early age, she learned what pain and instability look like. At just 14 years old, she was already carrying the weight of responsibility most adults couldn't handle. Music became her escape. Singing wasn't just a hobby, it was survival. Now here's where it gets interesting. At 15, she formed a girl group with 2 friends. They didn't have a big stage. They didn't have connections. But they had determination. One day, an American music producer visiting Barbados heard her sing. He saw something raw, something undeniable. He invited her to the US to record demo tapes. But think about it. How many kids record demos that go nowhere? Thousands. Millions. What made Rihanna different? Her hunger? Her discipline? Her refusal to waste an opportunity? Just 16 years old, she walked into an audition at Def Jam Records. Jay-Z was there. He listened. By the end of the night, she had a contract. But let's be real. Getting signed was only the beginning. Because here's the truth most people don't realize. Success isn't about one big break. It's about what you do after the break. And Rihanna's rise didn't happen by accident. It happened because she lived by 5 powerful principles. And here's the part you've been waiting for. What those 5 things are. How you can use them too. Lesson 1. She turned pain into power. Rihanna's childhood wasn't easy. She saw her father struggle with addiction. She witnessed domestic violence. She could have let that pain define her. She could have said, "I'm broken. I'll never escape this." But instead, she turned pain into fuel. She channeled her emotions into music. Her voice carried her struggle. Performances carried her fight. Here's what most people get wrong. Pain isn't meant to stop you. Pain is a teacher. Pain sharpens your edge. So ask yourself, what are you going through right now? Stress, rejection, failure? Instead of burying it, channel it. Use it. Let your scars become your strength. Here's how you can use this. The next time life knocks you down, don't ask why me. Ask how can I use this? That shift in perspective, that's the first step to greatness. Lesson 2, she showed up fearless. Think about it. Rihanna was just 16 years old, standing in front of Jay-Z and a room full of executives. Do you think she wasn't nervous? Of course she was. But she sang anyway. Fear didn't stop her. And that's the difference. Successful people feel fear just like you do. The only difference is they move anyway. Too many people wait until they feel confident. But confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Confidence is built. Here's how you can use this. Stop waiting until you're ready. Stop waiting until you're perfect. Whatever dream you have, take one bold step today. Remember, fear is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Lesson 3, she reinvented herself constantly. Rihanna didn't stay stuck in one box. She started with pop and R&B. Then she pushed into EDM, dancehall, hip-hop. Every album, a new reinvention. That's why she stayed relevant when others faded away. But here's what most people don't realize. Reinvention isn't just for celebrities. It's for you, your career, your skills, your identity. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. If you're not reinventing, you're becoming irrelevant. Here's how you can use this. Don't cling to an old version of yourself. Upgrade. If you're in the same place you were 5 years ago, something has to change. Be bold enough to evolve. Lesson 4, she built beyond music. Rihanna didn't stop at singing. She became a fashion icon. She launched Fenty Beauty, a brand that broke barriers in the beauty industry by creating inclusive shades for every skin tone. It wasn't just makeup. It was a movement. And here's the crazy part. Fenty didn't just succeed, it made Rihanna a billionaire. Lesson: don't limit yourself to one lane. Success in one area is the foundation, but the empire is built when you expand. Here's how you can use this. Whatever your skill is, think bigger. Don't just be an employee, create. Don't just build a career, build assets. Don't just settle, scale. Lesson 5. She never forgot who she was. Through fame, fortune, and global success, Rihanna stayed grounded. She gave back to Barbados. She built the Clara Lionel Foundation to support education, health, and disaster relief. She used her platform to speak up, to lift others. Because here's the truth. Success without significance is empty. If your wins don't help others, you'll never feel fulfilled. Here's how you can use this. As you chase your dreams, don't forget to give back. Even if it's small, your time, your energy, your kindness. True icons don't just rise. They raise others with them. So let's tie it all together. Rihanna didn't become a global icon by chance. She didn't become a billionaire by luck. She built her life on choices. She turned pain into power. She showed up fearless. She reinvented herself again and again. She built beyond music. And she never forgot who she was. These aren't just Rihanna's rules. These are universal laws of success. And the truth is, you can apply every single one of them starting today, no matter where you are, no matter what you've been through, no matter how impossible your dream feels. Because greatness isn't reserved for the chosen few. Greatness is built by those who choose to rise. And today, you get to make that choice. So now, it's your turn. Which of Rihanna's 5 lessons hit you the hardest? Was it turning pain into power? Reinventing yourself? Or maybe building beyond your first success? Drop it in the comments. I want to know your answer. And if you're ready to turn your struggles into strength, your fear into action, and your dream into reality, hit subscribe right now, because this is just the beginning. And remember, if Rihanna could rise from a small island in Barbados to a global icon, then so can you.